Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And today, for this content, I want to show you a pattern that I've picked up. Because one of the things that we talk about on this channel all the time is we can win, we can beat back the gun control, we can beat back the woke agenda if we are active and we actually believe that we can do it. And that's what this video is all about. I'm going to show you the way that some things are changing in our culture and you are on the winning side and we need to apply pressure. Everything will be linked in the description box below, and I can't wait to hear what you guys think in the comments field and if I land this plane or I am way in left field. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. We are distributing freedom twice daily, and we would love to have you along for the ride. All right, my brothers and sisters, we're going to get into this because this is something that's really important to all of us, the next generation, and our country as a whole, at least in my opinion. One of the things that we've seen consistently is the pressure from the left around the woke agenda, around anything fill in the blank here. It's always been a point of condescension. It's always been a talking down to you because you're too stupid to understand what we're saying. So you're just going to do what we say, or we will A, cancel you, or B, ostracize you. Whatever the answer is going to be, you will feel the fury and see the light, or feel more fury. That's pretty much been the standard. However, something's happening across the country, and the resistance that we've seen in a few different instances of what I'm about to highlight is coming to a fever pitch, because you can say that Democrats are going to win political office all you want. You can say Republicans will. You can say that the left is the right paragon. We are going in the forward the progressive motion, but the evidence is not showing that. Let us begin. All right. Because this is really important. When you look at this and zoom out, the macro view of this is massive because you are winning. I'm telling you, you are winning. I've been saying it for 2 years. I'm going to say it now. Check it out. The first thing we're going to hit is the Bud Light controversy. Bud Light sales have fallen the most in North and South Carolina since that whole disaster occurred. I mean, obviously nationwide, it's been an absolute cluster. But I want to hit North and South Carolina, and there's a reason that I'm doing so. North Carolina was told to us as the next blue bastion. North Carolina was said that it was going blue and never going back. However, ironically, in the last Senate election, it went heavy red. In fact, a gun shop owner won that Senate election. And now North Carolina, the deep blue state forever, is having the highest impact in resistance to the woke push from Bud Light. Interesting. Now let's go to South Carolina. You know, the other reason that South Carolina is so interesting is because that's where the primary caucuses happen for the Democratic Party. Joe Biden had a little bit of a controversy on his hands this year when he moved that to the first position over Iowa. The reason why is Biden is strong in South Carolina. He's always been strong in the South Carolina primaries. In fact, that's what pushed him over the edge to get the Democratic nomination in 2020. Well, if you've got North Carolina, forever blue, what they tell us, is now resisting the most heavily across the nation, and you've got South Carolina following right in suit, and they're the Democratic primary seat for the first primaries this year, or next year rather, you got a bit of a problem. But that's only talking about 2 states. Now let's talk about the entire thing. The latest figures show sales of Bud Light dropping 23.6% in the 1-week period ending on July 8th compared to the same period last year. Okay, meanwhile, Coors Light, and this is to prove people didn't just stop drinking, they switched, they made a lifestyle choice. Meanwhile, Coors Light saw its sales numbers soar 30.2%, while Miller Lite's sales jumped 25.3% during the week ending July 8th. The exact same time frame, the exact same alcohol consumption, they switched brands. They made a conscious choice because Bud Light has become toxic because of their woke culture and choices. This is a very important thing to understand. This is the reason why the left made fun of the entire Bud Light boycott the entire time. I said from the very beginning, it was not a boycott, it was a lifestyle change. It's a lifestyle change. The brand is toast, and people are not stopping drinking and stopping that behavior. They are adjusting the brand loyalty. And now we've got 2 more examples we're about to dive into, but I want to say something that my neighbor coined exceedingly well. There's a difference between tolerating you talking down to us about your woke agenda and all the things that you're pushing and just dealing with it, and acceptance acceptance and adoption. There we go. Acceptance and adoption. There's a difference. You're running out of the tolerance. We're running out of putting up with you talking down to us. Check this out. Here we go. Target. Corporate America scrambles as Pride Month collides with boycotts. They're not boycotts, they're lifestyle decisions. People are deciding not to support brands that do not support their ideals. That's all it is. It's much bigger than boycotts. This is lifestyle adjustment. Bloomberg. Retailers rolling out themed merchandise and campaign for June's Pride Month celebrations are increasingly finding themselves targeted by anti-LGBTQ groups, threatening boycotts and violence. The attacks are forcing large U.S. companies to swiftly craft a corporate message or response, while both critics and advocacy groups watch closely. That's just a fancy way of saying a rock in a hard place while still talking down to everybody who doesn't agree with your mental image. So, what we've got now is we've got Boycott, which is the consumption, Bud Light, which is a consumption brand. We have Target, which is an all-out retailer. And this next one, this is an interesting one because they're going into culture. Remember, the Jason Aldean controversy that we covered this week across 3 different channels, Second Legacy, mine, and Katie's, Stone Second Sense. This is really important because it's going everywhere. They're going into the culture aspect. This entire thing was started by a gun controller named Shannon Watts, founder of for Moms Demand Action, now on the board of Everytown for Gun Safety, because Everytown for Gun Safety adopted Moms Demand Action. This was something started, and now it's become a fever pitch across the United States, and the American people responded, and it's now #1 on iTunes. This is not small potatoes. Check this out. Jason Aldean's song hits #1 as Country Music TV turns on him. Yeah, CMT dropped him. American people said, nah, we'll buy that. And it's the #1 song on iTunes because America is giving the woke agenda one of those. Now, country music singer Jason Aldean's Try That in a Small Town reached #1 on the U.S. iTunes chart after Country Music TV pulled the song's music video from the channel. Quote, Jason Aldean's Try That in a Small Town has reached #1 on U.S. iTunes. Billboard charts tweeted on Wednesday. That was 2 days after this whole firestorm started. The song, which was released in May, saw its music video drop this past weekend, prompting widespread criticism from many on social media for his lyrics and where Aldean shot the video. There's not a single person with a rational mind outside of the Democratic intelligentsia and infrastructure that thinks this song's a problem. This is about something bigger, and now we're going to tie the entire thing together. When you look at Bud Light, when you look at Target, when you look at Jason Aldean, all of these things are the left feeling the response to a rejection of their theories, a rejection of the woke principles, a rejection of something like gun control. All of these things that they're pushing, there is a groundswell, not in Democrat versus Republican, not the political spectrum. There is a groundswell in the everyday Americans who are sick of the BS. They want to be left alone. They want to stop being demeaned. They want to stop being talked down to, and they're voting with their dollars. I'm not going to put my money behind a Bud Light. Actual no. And then I'm not going to put my money behind CMT. I'm going to go download the song by myself. F you. It's pretty much what the American people have said on that one. And then Target, we don't have to shop there. It's very simple. You're seeing them realize that the pressure that they're putting on the American people from corporations are having a very fiscal and financial reaction, and that's where the power lies. You are winning. You are making a tremendous difference. We've got 3 different things here, which I can show you over the last 3 to 4 months. The American people are fed up. Do not give up. Pour on the pressure, and we are going to turn this boat around. That's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.